The burnt egg roll.
Everything is good. All systems go.
Perfect. So, I mean, the biggest thing was I wanted to check the audio. But, you know, I've been managing hotels for a long time. So I've done a lot of interviews. Now, most of the time they're in person.
Yeah.
So I've only done one other Zoom, and it went well. I think I got the job, or at least they offered me the job. But like I told you in the message, the pay was low.
How you been though, man?
Oh man, I've been good, man. I mean, I haven't really been doing a whole lot. I'm at my mom's house now. I watch a lot of sports, betting on some sports, and researching hotels, man. That's really about it.
Yeah. How long?
Like I even said before, I work a lot, so being not at work is bothering me, man. I'm getting bored. I'm getting complacent.
How long have you been back in Illinois for?
Gosh, since July or so. So a few months.
Oh, okay. And then you said prior to that you were in Texas, right?
Yeah, I was in Texas for 3 years before that. My mom has a beautiful property. She has 12 acres out here, dude. It's off of Bethel in O'Fallon.
Okay. Yeah.
Beautiful out here. The dog loves it. You can see her. She's back there. Peace. The dog loves
chilling.
it out here, man. So, you know, I would love to be able to stay out here, but there's not a lot of work in that area, dude. St. Louis ain't growing, man. It's nothing like Texas, and it sure as hell ain't like Boulder. There's not now. It is growing at a small rate, but compared to other big cities in the country, dude, it's not. And when I drive down the street in Texas, I see 10, 15, 20 new hotels, restaurants, malls, everywhere, going up, opening, getting ready to open, whatever. Here, it's not like that. So the biggest thing about here is I got friends and I got family, and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see any growth here. It's tenfold different than Texas.
Yeah. Not only that, it's like as we get older, how often do we actually really like kick it with people, right? Every day.
Well, and now with this pandemic, man, and we're not going to hurricanes and we're not going to Main Street and shit. I mean, that was one of the big reasons why I was happy to come back home, because now I'm going to get to start hanging out with my friends that I haven't seen in 3 years. And then I get back home and it's a fucking pandemic, and nobody's really going out much. I talked to Brandon Snyder the other day, and he said sometimes he still goes to hurricanes or whatever. I talked to Tyler Verbeck. I talked to Matt Powell, and a couple other people really, but that's it. So it's like, you know, no Italian Fest this year. You know, I was excited to do those things that I haven't done in 3 years. And now I get back here and there's not even any of that. So why am I here? You know what I mean? I need to just get where I can make some money. And I guess it was kind of disappointing when, you know, I got back here and it was almost like everything was closed down. And another part of it is Illinois fucking sucks, dude. The state of Illinois is so broke, dude. And all up there in Chicago is so corrupt, and they're in so much fucking debt. Our governor is a jackass. So if anything, I need to move to the Missouri side of the river.
Yeah.
I have friends over in Missouri, like Donnie and shit lives over in Missouri, and Amber and all them. If anything, I need to get to the Missouri side of the river, because I don't like Illinois. They're too democratic. They're too corrupt, and the state is really in bad shape. So I feel like that's probably partially why they're not building as many hotels and restaurants. Well, number one, it's pandemic, but number two, the state don't have any money, and they're in debt. So like when you go to Texas, man, everything's new and fresh, and there's new roads, and like I said, restaurants, all that. There's not that much here. Now, I feel like it is growing, and a big driver obviously is the Cardinals. They're their own subset market. But you know, once we got our NFL team pulled out, we don't have an NBA team. You know, as much as I do, I love sports, man. So when we don't have football, we don't have basketball, and the only thing we got is baseball, and then it's a pandemic where you can't even really like go to the bars and stuff and the Italian Fest. What am I here for, dude? To go to Cardinals games? So really, yeah. So that was a little depressing when I got back here. But
did you grow up in Illinois your whole life?
Yeah, man. I grew up in Granite City, and I moved to Collinsville and Maryville in 1998 when I first went to high school.
Oh, okay.
That's when I met everybody. That's when I met Cheeks and everybody in the early 90s.
You used to live by me, man. You were on Lee Street, right?
Yeah, I was on Lee Street by Dan and Fat Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have parties and shit all the time over there, man. That was a fun house. It was a fun time. That was some of the best times of my life, man, between 1998 and like 2004. Awesome. And I started in the hotel business, I think about 2006. So as soon as I started in the hotel business, man, I started traveling, and I moved and and kind of built my career a little bit. But man, those few years in high school at that house, man, were fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that was fun.
there was there was this time I remember I had a house party at my parents' crib, their old crib on Cheryl Street.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was
one street over, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a time I remember you had gotten a new whip with some 20s or 22s on it.
Yeah, it was a Cadillac.
Yeah. And then
Cadillac with some 22-inch Lexanis, man, badass.
Yeah, and I remember, was it the night of one of my parties that you banged that shit on a curb in a drive-through?
I think, yeah. I actually want to say that was like Taco Bell or something.
Yeah.
I curved my rims in Taco Bell. Yeah, that's funny that you remember that.
Yeah, that's what I remember, because I think about certain things anytime I get ready to do like one of these podcast episodes. I think about things to talk about, and certain memories of between me and you. And
yeah, those were some good times, man.
Yeah,
I think we partied at my house. I think sometimes we partied a little bit at Dan's, at your house. Chris Stark lived on the corner, so sometimes we were down at his house.
Have you seen or heard from Chris lately?
Yeah, I still talk to him on Facebook Messenger. I haven't seen him in a couple months, but he sent me some pictures of his new car. He got an older Cobra, pretty badass, black. He sent me some pictures of his car, but he lives in Fairview Heights.
Oh, okay, so he's still in the area. Okay.
Yeah, he lives in Fairview Heights. I think his grandma passed away, and he inherited her house down the street.
Oh,
Fairview.
okay.
So yeah, so I still talk to him. I haven't seen him in a few months, but
got you. After like high school and stuff, I think my memories from us is like going to the casinos a lot.
Yes, fun, man. Yeah. I haven't been back to those in a while, but man, I miss going to the Queen, especially when the Queen was a boat. Oh man, that was fun. Me and Brandon Snyder would go there and fucking have some fun, dude.
Yeah,
those were some good times, man.
Yeah, we had
good
a lot.
Times, and I feel like I won more when it was the boat too. So like once they built that building, man, they started sucking all my money.
So
I don't gamble much anymore. I don't drink anymore. I don't really gamble much anymore. But one thing I always still want to do is play poker. I would love to be a professional poker player and play Texas Hold'em. I think I could do it. I think I could for sure do it. But unfortunately, when you play Texas Hold'em and you're trying to be professional, you gotta have a lot of money to put down for that. But I think I could do that, man. How fun would that be to travel around and be a professional gambler? That would be amazing, dude.
There's been a lot of dudes, random dudes. I wouldn't say a lot, but there's been some that I've heard of that, went into those tournaments and came up big, Like,
it only takes one, man. It only takes one. You place money in one, it's a couple thousand. You win one, it's way more than that. I got a schedule looked up for 2021. Once I get back to work, start saving a little bit of money, I'm going to be doing some Heartland Poker Tours. I'm going to be doing some World Poker Tours. They have small buy-in ones. They're like 250 or 500 buy-ins. You can get qualified for the big ones, So I'm willing to take 250, 500 and play a tournament. Now, am I going to be the $10,000 World Series of Poker main event guy? Probably not, unless I can get that off of a qualifier. But no, I have a plan for that. I have a plan for that long term. I think they said, at least from what I heard, like Vegas and shit is not going to bounce back until like 21, 22 or 23. But I'm going to be planning trips like that. I'm going to be planning trips to go to Vegas and play poker, depending on where I live. If it's a little, Biloxi casino and playing the tournament, I just want to play tournament poker. That sounds like something that would be really fun.
When did you get started playing poker?
Man, we got started when we were the same age around the time that I lived in Collinsville. We used to play over at Tyler Davis's, dude, every week. We played over at Tyler Davis's, or we would play at
Desmond's dad's house. You ever played
Desmond's dad's house with Larry? Yep, we definitely played there with Larry.
Have you seen Larry? Have you seen Larry lately?
I haven't seen them, man, in a long time.
Oh, okay.
I still talk to Desmond, but I haven't seen Larry and them. But yeah, we used to play weekly. It would be at anybody's house. Sometimes it was Desmond's. Sometimes it was mine. Sometimes it was Tyler Davis's. But we used to play weekly, dude, every week. And Brand Snyder played with us every week. We also played a lot of softball then, too. So we were on multiple softball teams. We had a Let It Fly flag football team with Brand Snyder and them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's the stuff that makes me want to stay here, is shit like that. But right now with this pandemic, they're not doing none of that stuff. You know what I mean? But that's the stuff that I miss. Going to poker tournaments with friends and doing, softball and shit like that, outdoor activities.
Yeah.
I may not get to experience that really though, because I may need to move to get the job and the money I need.
Mm-hmm.
I always come back for a visit though.
Yeah. This pandemic, man, it was definitely, I think, it depends on who you talk to. Like if you talk to some conspiracy theorists, they might say, oh yeah, this shit was gonna happen, but it's kind of hard for I think people that aren't into conspiracies to say, they could have seen something like this hitting in 2020. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Yeah. Well, I feel like we're getting through the biggest stretch of it right now with this vaccine coming out, and I just heard that they're getting ready to pass this stimulus, so people's unemployment like mine's going to get boosted again, and people are going to get stimulus checks or whatever. So that'll eventually funnel into the economy and help us out a little bit, but it's going to take years. It's going to take a year or two, and I'm okay with a year or two, but I can't put up with this, for 3, 4, 5 years. That I won't stay here. I'll move somewhere else, and I'll go to freaking Canada or something. But yeah, I think everybody's getting a little bit tired of it. But man, there's really nothing we can do about it,
Yeah. Are you like into conspiracies at all?
Not really, man. I don't pay attention to a lot of it.
What are your thoughts? Really. What are your thoughts on like the vaccine?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll work. Am I going to take it? I don't know. Probably not, unless my employer or somebody makes it. I don't really think that it's that big of a deal, honestly. I think that these death toll numbers are bullshit. When I ask my opinion, I think that this 330 something thousand deaths isn't really all COVID, man. I think some of these people had other conditions and were sick before, and they make it sound like all these people get COVID and die, and kind of try to scare you, like these scare tactics. I'm not scared, dude. I go to Walmart like every fucking day. I wash my hands a lot. I'm not scared of it. If I get it, I get it. I mean, 97% recovery rate. I'm not scared of it, but I understand a lot of people are, and especially if you're older or if you have kids in school and shit. You have a lot of other things that you need to think about. Matthew Heatherly doesn't. I have a dog. I have some money and a nice car. And if I get COVID, I get COVID, but I'm not going to live my life in fear. And I feel like sometimes the Democrat side of it pushes that on you, and it scares the fuck out of everybody. And then nobody wants to do anything, and nobody wants to go anywhere.
Are you masked or no mask when you go out?
Oh, I'm masked for sure. I'm masked because it's the respectful thing to do. Do I like it? Fuck no. In this hotel business, you can guarantee I'll be wearing a mask. It's a mandatory. You can't even stay at these hotels right now without wearing a mask. And they even want you to wear a mask in the public spaces. So if it's my job, or if I can't, buy Gatorade at Walmart because I don't have one on, I'm gonna wear a fucking mask. Do I like it? No. And some of the percentages and some of the stuff that I've heard about, as far as, and I'm not a biochemist or whatever the fuck that's called, but some of the stuff I've heard about, the germs and stuff that these masks are not protecting. I don't know, man. I don't think it really matters. I think if you were sitting right here next to me and you didn't have a mask on and you had COVID, is that mask going to protect me? Is it going to protect you? I don't know. I'm not that technical into it. I don't really care that much about it. But if that's what I have to do to respect others and respect others, 6 feet distance and shit like that, I'm a respectful guy. That's what I'll do. Do I like it? No.
Yeah.
Do I wear a mask in my house? Fuck no. If you had COVID, would I not hang out with you? I could care less, man. Because I don't feel like it's that bad. I feel like I'll get a little bit sick and maybe a cold, but I'm not scared of it like some of these other people. But unfortunately, we have to do it now. It's kind of what they're making us do.
Right. It is a highly politicized issue, right? And I think that the reason that I think it is because, like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not like a for sure death threat to a lot of people, right? Especially like younger, healthy people. Now, like the older people, of course, that their immune system might not be as strong, or they have underlying conditions. It could be, right? So like you said, that's what I think is important, that we're respectful of those people, right? But there have been, a few cases of like younger people or middle-aged people to younger people that have got it, and they've gotten pretty sick, but they seem to have recovered. A few might have passed away, but I think not enough to be like, oh shit, like to where it's like a zombie apocalypse and you have to stay inside, right?
Yeah, and I feel like you just said, a lot of it is really political, and I don't really like to get into much politics. I will say I am a diehard Republican, dude. I am pro-Trump. I feel like he's done a lot for us, man. Way more than Obama, way more than Biden's ever done in the 57 years. I feel like he gets shit done. I like people that get shit done. He may talk too much on Twitter, um, but when he says he's going to do something, man, he does it. And it's not just uh, this kind of persona like some of the Democrats put out there, and they just talk, but they never get shit done. When Trump says he's going to do something, he does it. And he's got a lot of people that hate him, but I'm really pro-Trump. I'm really pro-Republican. But overall, when it comes down to it, I don't like politics, so I try not to talk them. A lot of my family is Republican, but I do have some Democrats. I try not to talk religion. I try not to talk politics much. The line of work that I'm in is customer service, and so I don't really want to hear everybody's fucking opinion. I don't need to hear your opinion. And overall, sometimes when it comes down to it, I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat, dude. Just be nice to me. Don't be an asshole. And for the most part, if you're a Democrat and you believe that, great, man. Good for you. As long as it doesn't affect me, like in a bad way or a negative way, where you're hurting me financially or where you're hurting my family or my dog or something, I don't care if you're independent, Republican, Democrat, whatever. I have my beliefs. I back the president. Even if when Obama was the president, I didn't like Obama because the gas was fucking high as hell. It was $4 something a gallon. He just basically sucks China's dick all the time. And I don't want to be dependent on anybody besides us. But I still respected him. He's the president. I'm not going to talk shit about him. Some of these people say some really nasty things about Trump and his family and stuff. And when it comes down to it, man, he's a person. He's an American. You may not believe him, but I'm going to respect him because he's the highest office in the country. And even when Biden gets in, or if Biden gets in, or whatever, I'll still respect him too, because that's America, man. That's what you got to do for these people. You may not believe everything that they say, and you may not like half the shit they say, but I'm a real big guy on respect, and I respect the office of the president, and even if I think they're corrupt, and I'm maybe not going to believe everything they say. I like to live in America. I like the stuff that we have here, dude. And so if I got to follow that to stay here and to have a free society and to be able to make my own money and have my own house and shit, I got to do it.
Yeah.
It's better than being in China or North Korea or governments like that where they don't let you do what you want. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be in a country like that where everybody's telling me what to do all the time. That's not me,
Yeah. I think what it is that a lot of times when you talk one-on-one with somebody, no matter what their political views are or religious views are, most people can find some common ground, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that gets tough is when you have extremists on both sides, like the right and left side, that take it too far, or they get so emotional about it, and then they want to hurt people physically or verbally.
Yeah.
And that's when it gets tough,
Yeah, I agree.
But I think I guess sometimes if you're not talking one-on-one with somebody and you're just going through your day-to-day, and throughout the day, I think people need something to kind of stimulate their mind or emotions. So politics is one of those easy things, especially at our age where, we have friends. I don't know how much of the interview you listen to with Cheeks, but he goes into politics a little bit, and his views are different than yours, but on the same note, he's the same person that has the ability to conversate with somebody rationally, right? So,
and overall, I think he's just a good person too. There's some people that you can tell from the beginning that they're kind of shady, or and not to say anybody specifically, but maybe just don't treat people right. And if you're a nice person, I don't really care what your political belief is, and I may not believe it or not, but I can pretty much be a pretty good judge of character and tell if you're a good person or not. And I can figure, as long as you're nice to people and you're not violent or anything, I'll listen to whatever political belief you have. That's our country. It is a free society, so you can speak your mind at any time you want, as long as, like you said, it's not violent, it's not hurting anybody, it's not taking any money from your check. I'll listen to your side. I like to hear the sides. What I take and what I believe is different, but I like to hear the other side. And sometimes, I do watch Fox News a lot, but sometimes I do watch CNN. I want to see what they're saying over there too. I think half of it's bullshit, but I still want to hear it. I feel like it makes me kind of a smarter person when I'm looking at both sides. But yeah, anyway.
It's those, yeah.
I was gonna say I gotta let you go, man. I gotta take this dog out, but
got you.
Let's do this again, man. Let's do this again maybe next week after this interview.
Okay. Yeah.
And maybe I'll have more notes for a third one, or you can get me in on your podcast with you and Cheeks, and we can talk about whatever, cars, sports. I need to hear some details about the PlayStation 5. I haven't been able to get one of those fucking things yet. I want a PlayStation 5. I'll take an Xbox X, by the way, too. Whichever one I can order first, I want to get. But we got to talk some serious video games because I miss video games. And when that new GTA drops, dude, I'm going to be playing that 24/7. So I love video games. So the fact that you got that, I feel like me, you, and Cheeks could talk probably 3 hours on video games. I'm more of a Madden guy instead of a 2K guy.
Yeah.
But I like those video games. I feel like we could have a lot of content just by all of us playing our systems, and once these new games drop, that's another thing with these systems sometimes is right when they first drop, man, there's only a couple different games. Like I think the only one I really wanted to play right now was that Cyberpunk. And I heard there's so many fucking problems with it.
Yeah. What's funny is that, sorry to cut you off, my brother.
No, that's okay.
My younger brother Doug, he just got that game yesterday, that Cyberpunk, and he was telling me the same thing. He was like, there's a lot of bug issues with it.
So I feel like about halfway through the year, all those games are going to start to get all the glitches out, and then they're going to be dropping new ones like GTA and the Maddens and shit, and that's when they're really going to be fun. And then at that point, hopefully we can start to get the systems. Somebody like you that's already got it, but somebody like me, I check that website every day. Walmart, GameStop, and Best Buy. They say holiday 2020 they're going to drop some more, which was like 4 days away. So I don't know when they're going to get dropped. But I feel like that'd be something fun that we can definitely do together and do some streaming and just play together. I watch a lot of streamers on Twitch. Now, I'm a little biased. Most of them are very, very pretty women. And they're very pretty women, and they're playing Call of Duty. Some of them are playing World of Warcraft, and if they're really pretty, I'll watch it, even though I think that game's dumb. But I watch a lot of streamers on Twitch. I have about 3 or 4 that I watch regularly. And sometimes I even donate to them. I kind of help support their cause a little bit with bits or whatever.
Sure.
But I like watching people play video games, and I would love to be able to play video games as well with them when I get this new system. So I think that's cool, dude. I think doing shit like that on YouTube and Twitch with video games is fucking awesome. And it'll be even better when you're playing with multiple people at one time on a stream. I think that would be cool, dude.
Yeah. I know you got to go, but like real quick, like I was going to ask you like that. I was checking out like your other IG page with your Dodge Charger. Like how did you get that started? And like how long have you been into like Dodge Chargers?
Forever, dude. I've had 3 of them. But that page, man, I'm really good with social medias. Okay, so I started all the social media accounts when they came out. So Facebook 2005 or 6, Instagram I think 2010 or 11. I used to do it a lot for the hotels that I managed. Okay, so we would create a hotel Facebook page, and then that would drive traffic over to the Marriott booking page, and I'd post a lot of content and photos and whatever. And at the beginning, I would use the marketing dollars for the hotel, and I would promote those pages. So I could grow those pages fast with only a few dollars. So I kind of know a lot about being a content creator when it comes to those. So that Charger page I've only had for a couple months, man, and I've already got it up to 1,500 followers, and I'll probably have 2,000 in like a week or two, and I'll have it up to 4, 5, and 10, and it's all free. I don't pay any money on those ads. I just have fun taking photos of my car. I'm a car guy, a sport guy, and a dog guy. Those are about the 3 biggest things that I like, and women, of course. Those are way up here. But so I just did that for fun, dude.
What kind of helps get those numbers up? Is it like the hashtags or just like...
so you want to know? Oh, so you want to know my skill and my trick for the trade?
If you don't mind sharing, yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of stuff. So hashtags are important, obviously on Instagram. But the biggest thing is you go and follow a lot of the people that have the same similar interest, and you just contribute to the content. So if you go look at mine, I'm following like 4,000 people. Most of them are car people. And if you go look at some of their pages, I'm liking their posts. I'm commenting on their posts. I'm tagging them. They're coming back and tagging me. The biggest thing is daily content. I post a photo every day. I may take 10 photos in a day, but I post one every day. And to keep the content fresh and have videos and then also have the hashtags is the biggest way to grow it. I've grown that off of basically nothing, off me just taking photos with a nice Galaxy 10 Plus camera. But when you contribute to the other people, that's how it grows, because they're like, oh shit. And another big part, which this is the key, is I trademarked the Dodge Charger, the Dodge _RT Charger. So there's a fucking million Dodge Chargers out there, but there's nobody on Instagram that can have Dodge _RT Charger. Now you may have some that are Dodge Charger, or you may have some that are RT_Dodge or whatever, but that's important, because when those people are posting their own content, they can't use that hashtag without me knowing about it, or me at least approving it. So having the right username is key. So like I'm thinking about buying a Camaro when I get back to work. I'm keeping the Charger. I love the fucking Charger, but I'm thinking about buying a Camaro, and I'm thinking about just trying to buy the hashtag for like Camaro _SS or something, just so I can start another page based on that. Because really, there's a lot of people that right now, probably, I bet you right now, in the last 10 minutes, there's been at least 5 people, if not more, that have tried to create an Instagram account with that for their car. And they couldn't, because I have it, because my underscore or whatever in the hashtag or whatever is kind of trademarked.
Right.
So what's fun is when those people are looking that up, it brings them to my page. And then they're commenting and they're giving me content back for what I'm giving them. And so it's just kind of like, really, it's like a car club, dude. It's like a car club. You go to their pages, you look at their cars, and you make some comments on it. They look at yours. And the hashtags helps, because that kind of helps the people find you.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know I was Dodge _RT Charger, and you just search Dodge RT Charger, because my page has like 1,500 followers, you may find it. But really, you're finding it because of the hashtag. You're finding it because you put hashtag Dodge, or you put hashtag Charger or whatever. So a big part of it is the hashtag, but really it's just interacting with the other people, man. If you created one for a video game, now granted, a lot of them are already taken. So like you probably couldn't, get GTA _guy or something, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Because a lot of those are taken. But if you can get the right hashtag, people are going to find you just off of that. And then some of them are going to want to use that name, and then they can, but it has to come through your page. It has to come through your channel. So it's a mixture of a lot of stuff. If I wanted to put a few bucks in marketing into that thing, dude, I'd have that thing up over 100,000 in a blink, because I just push the ads out where people, like you'd be looking on Instagram and you'd have my ad over there in the corner, and that'd take you to my page, and then you'd like it and follow it and whatever. But it's just a fun page. I really did it just because I wanted a place to put photos, besides my cell phone, obviously, where I keep them.
Yeah.
But it kind of got cool, because there's a big community when it comes to cars, and not just Dodge Chargers and Dodge Challengers, man. There's fucking community for Honda Civics, dude. Everybody. It doesn't matter what car you have, what brand you have, American or foreign or whatever. And same thing with dogs. I could create a dog page for my dog and hashtag dogs of Instagram, and I bet you I could get that fucker over 2,000 in a couple months, because everybody likes dogs, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cats too, cars, food's a big one. So really, it's just common interest, man. Finding people's common interests and tagging their shit.
Yeah.
And I'll go through and I'll like some of your stuff, and then another side note to that is I always follow back everybody that follows me, so that kind of helps too. Because even though maybe he's got a Corvette, or maybe he's got an SS Camaro or whatever, I know I'm going to get a follow off of him just for him following me. I know I'm going to do it back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that little camaraderie too. You follow me, I follow you back, and you can grow him, and he can grow me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, are you getting revenue off of it?
No, I haven't even thought about anything with that, but there is a time down the road where I was thinking about putting some serious marketing dollars into it, and then using the the companies that I use a lot for cleaning my car and promoting them. I actually sent an email out to a company called McGuire's, and they do a lot of chemicals, and I use all their chemicals. I spend a ton of money on their chemicals, and that's why my car is beautiful. But I sent an email out to them and asked about a sponsorship. They don't even start sponsorships until you have 100,000 followers. Once you have 100,000 followers, they will start a sponsorship with you. And basically, what they'll do is they'll just send you free shit. And so they'll send me all the chemicals that I spend $25 on, and I'll use all those chemicals on my car. And then I'll take some pictures and I'll put some hashtags. And then you'll take 100,000 and grow it to 2, 3, 4, 500,000 in fast. Now, in order to do that, though, you got to spend a little bit of either spend a lot of your personal time, which I don't get on socials that much, once or twice a day. But if I was on there 6, 7, 8 hours a day, just constantly liking people's shit and following other people's shit, it would grow faster. But if you don't have that time, throw some marketing dollars at it. A budget of $10 for a post, and it will get hundreds or thousands of likes, and then you can get your followers up to the level where you can get a sponsorship.
Gotcha.
And then once you get a sponsorship, not only are you getting the free product, which is really what I want the free product because I like to use it. But once you get a sponsorship, then they'll start like putting ads and shit on your page. Like if you go look at, I don't know, like a Kendall Jenner or something. Okay. Obviously, and she's over 100 million, whatever fucking followers. She's beautiful though, so that's a big part of it. I'm not nearly as pretty as Kendall Jenner. But you get to that level, and then you have all kinds of sponsors not only giving you free shit, but then putting their ads on your page and paying for it. I don't even know how to get to that level. I guess after 100,000, I could figure it out. That would be cool though. It would be cool if you went to that page and you had to watch a 5-second McGuire's commercial and I made $2 off it. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I don't know exactly how that works. I just know that you have to get to a certain level for them to sponsorship you or give you a sponsorship, and then they'll advertise. I'm not really ever trying to get it to that. I got a regular job, but it would be cool to get free shit for products that I already use. You know, I even thought about before, kind of taking a little bit about the car products that I use and starting like I don't really know what the word is, but kind of like a review company. Companies just send me all your shit and I'll use it, not just car. Send me your fucking Snickers bars and your cleaning chemicals and your polo shirt. Just send me all your shit and I'll use it and I'll review it. And people start companies and they make companies off literally just reviewing products, stuff that me and you already do on a regular basis. That would be fun because then you're getting free stuff from all different avenues. I need free car chemicals, man, but I'd love to have free everything. You know what I mean? You know, I'll promote DirecTV if you give me a fucking free cable service. But so I think that would be fun down the road. I don't know if I'll ever get to that level, but for posting car photos, it's fun, man. It's cool.
Yeah. Right on. I appreciate your time today, man.
Hey, dude, man,
I know you
awesome,
got to go,
dude.
but
yeah, it was awesome, man. I appreciate catching up with you, and I'll shoot you some messages on Instagram after my interview tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, let me know how it goes, man. I wish you luck on there.
Yeah, I think from the timeline that they have, they want to have this position filled by about the middle of January, and the hotel is scheduled to open in March. So I feel like I'm going to know within about 2 weeks if I'm flying out there for an in-person or I've already got it locked in. But when you talk to Cheeks next, you know, let's try to set something up where we can eventually, once I get a system, we can eventually play video games and shit together, man. And we don't have to stream it. We can just do it like this.
Yeah.
But I guess we got to adapt now since we can't really hang out and shit and go to hurricanes all the time. We got to have some way to hang out. And if this is the way to do it, you know, I'm good with that too.
Right on. Sounds good, man. Yeah. Good luck tomorrow. And I feel like you have I think you'll do well, man, based off everything you've told me today.
Appreciate that, man. I'll keep you posted and I'll talk to you.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon, man. Hopefully things go well. Keep me updated.
Yeah, I'll text you later.
All right. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. All right.
Peace.
Later.
This concludes our danse macabre.